that I literally played the poop out, like poop literally was coming out of my game system.
That sounds disgusting.
Why were you pooping in your game system?
I have weird fascinations.
Those are called fetishes.
Welcome to this week's Top 5, brought to you by the Nerd Cave Network. I am Derek, and I am joined along with, as always,
Zach
and Robbie.
Today we are going to be listing our top 5 video game developers and publishers. A lot of developers, a lot of publishers, but we had to narrow it down to 5. It's always a tough option.
Yeah, we actually closed down all the other developers that didn't make our list.
I mean, that's how important these lists are.
Yeah, looking at you, Lionhead Studio.
Anyway, Zach, why don't you kick us off with your number 5?
My number 5, Sony Santa Monica. This is a PlayStation-owned developer, and this is the company that has been responsible for all the God of Wars. Huge God of War fan from the very first one. Just really enjoyed the combat, the story, the mythology that, you know, is involved with God of War, all the Greek mythos and everything. But the story that they've weaved throughout all of them has just been really awesome, with Kratos, you know, finding out that his dad is Zeus. And it's just this whole thing. The first one, he's trying to kill Ares because Ares tricked him into killing his whole family.
Right.
And then he becomes the God of War at the end of that one. And then the second and third one, Zeus, somehow he gets ticked off at Kratos because he just starts killing a bunch of people or whatever. And he strips him of his title and his mantle or whatever. So he goes on a crusade to kill all of the gods and teams up with the Titans. And you see this whole...
Teen Titans?
No, not the Teen Titans, but Titans like Gia and Kronos and all of these.
So
other
not the
things.
mediocre football team.
No, definitely not them, because they never would have gotten anything done. They would have came this short to winning.
Less than a yard.
I should splice in that little clip.
But it was just such a good franchise, and if you've never played them, then you definitely need to do that. The only one that kind of was lackluster was God of War Ascension, which was the last one that they put out, and it was just utter garbage in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
See, I've always wanted to play those games. I've yet to play them because I haven't owned a PlayStation.
no, you haven't seen the light.
Tomato.
It's the only reason I bought a PlayStation 3 last gen, was to play God of War.
And with me being huge into mythology, I would have probably thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah. So what is your
But
number 5?
Bandai, they were once they create Namco, all that. They've created, you know, games like Galaga, Digimon World, all those games that I've played as a kid. Don't really know what all they came up with after they come up with Gundam. I don't know if you played the...
Yeah.
But
then they do a lot of the Dragon Ball Z stuff.
yeah, that's one reason I like them. And they came out with a Power Rangers game in '99 that I literally played the poop out, like poop literally was coming out of my game system.
That sounds disgusting.
Why were you pooping in your game system?
I have weird fascinations.
Those are called fetishes.
We love you, Derek.
All right,
But
so
yeah, that's my number 5.
I like it. My number 5 is a company that's not around as much anymore. That's... What do you think it is?
Is it Lucasfilm?
No.
Oh, okay.
That is on my list.
Racing.
HAL Laboratories. They created the old Kirby's Dream Land games, which I played a lot for the Game Boy. They also created Super Smash Brothers and Earthbound.
Huh, okay.
So it's more of like an old school reasoning, because they don't do... I know they helped out a little bit with Brawl and the Wii U Smash Brothers, but they don't put out much current stuff now. But I played a lot of their games when I was younger, so I had to put that out there because, you know, Earthbound's like my all-time favorite RPG, so I got to put the company that made it
Oh
on my
yeah,
list somewhere.
definitely. It's got to get on your list.
Yeah. So that's my number 5.
My number 4 has brought me hours upon hours of enjoyment, from being a cowboy to being a detective to being an utter criminal, and I'm talking about cows. Not really. I'm talking about Rockstar. This is the company that has given us Grand Theft Auto, LA Noire, and Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Revolver, all the other iterations of GTA, and so forth and so on. Rockstar knows what it's doing.
They do. They are hands down. I don't know why I forgot to put them on my list, but I did. I'll be man enough to admit it. But they're great.
Yeah, just amazing company. And I think they have really in the last 5-10 years understood how to work the game's media side of it, how to really push their content when it comes out and not oversaturate like many developers have. I'm looking at Ubisoft and Activision on that. And they're learning, hopefully. But Rockstar with Grand Theft Auto, they didn't really put anything out, and then boom, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out and they made $1 billion. Just like that. And they're working on I'm hoping they're working on a new Red Dead Revolver, because Red Dead Redemption, sorry. Red Dead Revolver was the first one. I loved both of those games, and it was something that I really, really enjoyed. So I'm looking forward to getting a next installment of that. And
we're praying for the next installment.
Yeah. I thought you were going to go where I was going next with LA Noire. God, that would be so good to get one of those. But that studio that was under them closed down, unfortunately. So.
See, I never played it. And it's on sale, I want to say, right now on the Xbox 360. I might get it just to play it.
It is an amazing game.
Yeah.
If you've never played it, I highly suggest playing LA Noire. It's got some graphic stuff, so if you're not of age, don't play it then.
One thing that I've always come back to, it's like that family member that you love to hate, but you have to love. EA, because they brought us some great things. They brought us Battlefront, Need for Speed. I played Need for Speed all the way from, I remember burning out trying to get all the achievements in Hot Pursuit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
EA has just always been around. I know we've always had issues with their content sometimes, but they've always been steady, and they've always surprised me, at least, with some of the stuff that they've come out with.
Yeah, and one thing about them, they're a big corporation, so you're going to be handled like it's by a big corporation.
Exactly.
So, and I think them getting voted constantly over and over for the worst company in America is kind of stupid, to be honest. But they're actually listening. So if you don't know, they're not going to actually have an E3 conference. They're going to host their own conference before E3. So I think they're listening more to the consumer now, and hopefully they'll start, doing their DLC the same way.
Yeah. Because somebody that listens, because there's a lot of people out there who getting all this bad, backlash, but they don't do anything about it. Them showing that they are doing something about it is in the right direction, it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. Speaking of not listening, we'll get to that later on in my list. But my number 4, LucasArts.
Nice.
So many great Star Wars games. You could do Lego Star Wars, Force Unleashed, KOTOR,
Bounty Hunter.
I played so many of those games. And I remember being so disappointed when they canceled Star Wars 1313.
Oh, God. Such a bad day.
That would have been such a good game, because it would have shown you a different side of Star Wars. Because, it's great when you get your Force powers and you play as a Jedi or a Sith, but you don't really see to use a pun, the dark side. Like the dark underbelly, like the criminal organizations, really anything else that goes on in that universe.
Yeah.
And I think that would have been a great way to show it. But we all know what happened.
Yeah.
So.
Well, what was funny is, like, the further the development came along, George Lucas actually wanted the character to be Boba Fett.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been an awesome way to make that story come back into the main universe, the canon and everything. But unfortunately, that isn't going to be the case anymore.
Yeah. But I still have to put LucasArts on my list because I've played so many of their games.
Jedi Academy. Mm-hmm. So it's so many good.
I remember playing, I don't know if you played this one, but do you remember the game for PC called Star Wars Dark Forces?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Played the mess out of that one, too.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going to my uncle's house after school, and I would play that for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, we could do a whole top 5 on Star Wars games, which we should.
Might as well.
Yeah.
There's about 50,000 of them out there.
I would put them on my list, but they didn't make it, unfortunately. My number 3, Rocksteady.
And Bebop.
No, Rocksteady.
See what I did there?
I see what you did there. Rocksteady is, of course, the guys and girls that has given us the best Batman games to ever be developed.
Hey.
The Arkham series, and I am excited to see what their next step is. They've said that their last game would be their last with Batman, so I would love to see them take on another superhero, or even try to do Superman. A good Superman game would be amazing at this point in time, especially with the launching of Batman vs Superman and the whole DC cinematic universe.
Remake of Superman 64?
No, not the Ring-a-thon, but just when it started out with Arkham Asylum, and that game was so gorgeous, bringing back all these voice actors from Mark Hamill to Kevin Conroy and several of the other ones, and making it very, very close to the animated series. Actually, even bringing Paul Dini in to write the stories for Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. And when you get to Arkham City, that huge expanse, it was so cool. And then you get to Arkham Knight, and Arkham Knight, of course, had its issues with the tank and everything, but getting that in there, just having that huge of a city and that good of a story, it was just amazing. And I'm not counting Arkham Origins because that was by WB Montreal, so don't try to come at me, bro.
Come at him, bros. It was a good one, Rocksteady. My number 3, it's Bioware. It should be higher on my list, but
It should be. I'm disappointed.
I know.
You're done.
To quote Nick, bye Robbie.
It's on the list, so I guess that's okay. But Bioware has brought us countless hours of a whole other life that we got to live. Because that's basically what it is. You get to make all the decisions for your character. And being able to do that, through Mass Effect, even in KOTOR and all that stuff, being able to choose, have that option of being a good guy or a bad guy. Playing that game, I know I started off with KOTOR and then played Mass Effect, but being able to play those games, that just put me on, I feel like, the right path of gaming. Like, it was like there was a pedestal that it would be number 1 in my book.
But then you're number 3.
That should be my number 1. See, I didn't want to copy you, though.
I'm glad you didn't.
I'm thinking ahead now, so you should at least be thankful of that.
But anyway, my number 3 is Rockstar.
Nice.
I can't describe how much I love that LA Noire game. I've played through it so many times, even like going through and beating the story mode. I go back, do it again, and try and complete everything, 100%, get all the achievements, which I was not able to do, unfortunately, but there's a lot of achievements.
There are a lot of, I think I'm missing 4.
I know there's one where you have to drive like 200 or 300 something miles.
Yeah, I think it's a few thousand.
Oh, 1,000.
Yeah, I think you have to drive, like, whatever year it is, you have to drive that many thousand.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the motion capture and everything was just
On fleek.
unbelievable. No, it was not on fleek.
Totes was.
It was great. The voice acting was really good. It really plays out like an old film noir type film.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's all the Grand Theft Auto games that have been great. Red Dead Redemption was great.
Did you ever play the zombie DLC for it?
I did not.
Yeah, I did. It was good.
I cut you off. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
But no, I did. No, I never played the zombie version. But Red Dead Redemption is really fun.
Oh, it was. I loved it.
The LA Noire, what was your favorite division to be part of?
Vice was fun, but I would probably say Homicide. Just because the partner was great.
The partner
I can't remember his name, but he was awesome.
The partner was great, and the story was amazing.
I think just all the cases you did were more interesting than the other ones.
And gruesome.
Yeah.
Really gruesome.
Yeah.
With that serial killer on the loose.
Seriously, if you've never played that game, definitely get it.
That's 2 shout-outs from us.
Yeah.
Ringing endorsement from the Nerd Game Network to play a game that you could probably get for like $15 now.
It's on sale, I think, for 75 cents, so it's pretty cheap.
75
I mean,
cents.
75% off.
Oh, okay. I was like, dang, man. My number 2 has brought me a lot of joy. Started back in the day with a Bandicoot, and then some zombie oyster head things, and then with Nathan Drake recently. And that's Naughty Dog.
What? Oyster zombie?
Last of Us.
Okay, I was like, I didn't play Last of Us, so I was like,
Yeah.
what the crap is he talking about?
This company has went through a dramatic change from where they went from making the Crash Bandicoot games, which are platformer games, to making these very cinematic, story-driven, gun-heavy, third-person action games. And I think that they've really found their niche is that storytelling. And I've recently finished the Uncharted collection. I finished 1, 2, and 3, and I just love that. The story with Nathan Drake and just his exploration and all of this. And I'm looking forward to finally, hopefully, whenever they release Uncharted 4, which I think is now in May. Just really enjoyed that. Last of Us, a masterclass in storytelling and just this post-apocalyptic world with all these zombies, and where the zombies might not necessarily be the, deadliest thing in the world. But it's so amazing, and I can't wait to see what they do in the future, if they make another Last of Us or they make a whole new franchise and go somewhere with it. But if you're looking for something that is interesting, story-driven, everybody knows that I'm a very story-driven person. This is the publisher or studio that you want to be getting games from, and the only place you can get those games are in the PlayStation universe. Because they're owned by Sony. So.
Now, the Nathan Drake, once I get my PlayStation in the future at some point.
When you convert and see the light.
I won't convert. I'll play on both of them. But that is definitely a game that I want to get into more because it looks beautiful, and I want to see how good that driver is in the
the floor. I remember us watching the trailer from E3. You'd be going, you're like, what is?
Like they've been chasing forever, and you finally get in this back. Oh, he's gone. How does he find it?
Super stoked for Uncharted 4. I know that, and you can borrow the collection if you want it. I need to play it instead of putting it on your shelf.
On my Xbox.
Yeah, if it was a PlayStation. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is more from the historic side of things, which Ubisoft. Because of all the many installments of Assassin's Creed, I know it's definitely getting oversaturated. With Black Flag, Unity, and then Syndicate all coming out. But I do enjoy the historic value of the beautiful landscapes and how it's it's following the guidelines of history, but putting a
twist on it.
Little twist on it. So that's something that I've always enjoyed about, Ubisoft is definitely just that game in general is one of my favorites.
Well, and of course they've done like Far Cry, and now they're doing The Division.
Yeah.
And the Division is freaking amazing.
It is. That's rising on my list since that's all I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
But I just pretty much go back to them for the historical, because a lot of times when a game goes back and plays with history, they just kind of all over it.
Yeah.
And they've done a very good job of staying within the guidelines of it, I guess. It's not too timey-wimey.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah. Well, speaking of historic, my number 2 is Rare.
Get it because it's a dinosaur?
Something like that. Dun-dun-dun-dun. But Rare is another one of those companies that made a lot of games that I enjoyed as a kid, like Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, they're all on my replay that I don't play.
That is one reason why I would consider getting an Xbox, is to do the Rare replay.
And Halo.
And Halo, yeah. No,
Halo 5 was bad.
I like that.
never played it.
I
But I'll
like
take
it.
your word for it.
Take my word. It's a better word.
But from Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, even their Star Fox game wasn't terrible. It was a lot different. It was more like Star Fox meets Ocarina of Time. But I still enjoyed it. So from that, I would put them as my number 2. And Donkey Kong Country. How could I forget that?
Viva Pinata.
Viva Pinata, filled with fun, filled with fun.
I still play that game.
Viva Pinata's fun.
I still play it.
It's very, very addicting.
26-year-old and I play with pinatas.
I wish that Rare would get back to what made them so great in the beginning. I think the worst thing that happened to them was when they left Nintendo.
Yeah.
And they went to Microsoft, because they have never been the same since.
Yeah, I think Microsoft really stunted Rare's creativity and their growth and everything, and they just kind of been there the whole time.
Because if Rare moved back to Nintendo and say they did, like a Banjo-Kazooie game that played like the old one, but something new, and you finally do the Conker's Bad Fur Day sequel, really they can do anything. I mean, they're a creative company.
Like, what's something new-ish that was big that they've put out recently? Like Rare.
The last game that I can remember was
Cameo.
Cameo Legends of Power.
Yeah.
I was
Never
about to say,
played it.
that's what I thought. They haven't really put anything out that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I don't.
They
remember
haven't been
anything
relevant
else.
in a long time.
No. I mean, Cameo was a good game. I only played it because...
They did
it was
one
in
that
my
was
bundle.
like a haunted house or something like that. So they have a... Yeah, they did GoldenEye.
Yeah, old school.
Perfect Dark.
Yeah, Perfect Dark was a good one. Their newest one they're doing is Sea of Thieves, which is the MMO that's going to be coming out.
That's right. We
Okay.
saw them at the preview for it at E3.
Yeah. So
Well, that's cool that they're still doing stuff, but I still think that they need to get back to what made them great in the beginning.
Yeah. And from the preview, it didn't look like it would be a bad game.
yeah.
It looked okay. It wasn't fantastic or amazing, but okay.
But anyway,
Zach.
Rare's my number 2.
Number 1.
My number 1. Been through many galaxies with this company. Played as Commander.
Master Relays.
And as a Sith Lord. My number 1 is Bioware. From the first day that I played KOTOR 1 with Justin Rose, we rented it.
That you never finished.
Well, at least they're my number 1.
At least I finished them.
Talk crap, get shit. But me and Justin, we rented this game, and I knew from that moment that this was something that was totally different than anything before. I will slap Robbie, mute him.
I was giving you some like background inspirational music.
But Mass Effect was my first Xbox 360 game that I played through completion. Stronghold's my first one. God awful game. But the ability for Bioware to craft stories, them having Drew Karpyshyn as one of their lead writers, has always been just one of the greatest things. And throughout the whole Mass Effect trilogy, I've just been in awe. And a lot of people give Mass Effect 3 a lot of crap, but Mass Effect 3 was an awesome game as well. 2, of course, is the best one, I think. 1's kind of up there. 1 probably beats them out. But anyway, Serum was really cool. It was just the music, everything fitting together. And I can't wait to see what they do with Mass Effect Andromeda.
My God.
That it won't come out this year. I'm sure of it.
I don't think it will.
It actually got pushed back. So BioWare is my number 1 for all the times that I've got to enjoy the story, and Derek knows them very well with that death music from Mass Effect. But
Haunted him in his sleep.
BioWare, if you've never played a BioWare and you're interested in the story and being involved with it, then you definitely need to check out that.
Like, the Nerd Cave gives its gold seal of approval on anything BioWare touches.
The Nerd Cave seal.
My number one gave me an idol to look up upon, someone to help me get through the floods of my childhood. Microsoft Studios gave us, or helped give us, along with Bungie.
Bungie would be the one that you would credit.
Microsoft helped a lot since it was.
Well, it's a Bungie studio, though.
But Master Chief and all the Halo glory.
Destiny as well.
Destiny was alright.
Oh, God. You remember when Destiny came out? Robbie's like,
Oh my God, Destiny is so good.
Destiny.
Every week podcast.
Destiny. Starting off, like, once you get through, like, Destiny, the beginning of Destiny is freaking amazing. But when you play the same missions over and over and over again, it got old. Like, I'll admit, at first I was super into it, and
Drinking
now
that Kool-Aid.
I drank the Jim Jones had me, and then I got off I went to rehab and saw the error of my ways, but now I'm good. But yeah, I guess Bungie / Microsoft Studios / whatever. I enjoyed their games, especially Halo. I mean, I remember the first time seeing the flood and seeing them freak me out entirely. And, to late nights at the church or at Derek's house or my house all playing Halo, not to mention the Halo for Haiti, Halo for the holidays.
Reach for a Cure.
All those tournaments that we put on for good causes, like, the earthquakes that hit Haiti. We always did one for Relay for Life for cancer research. We made good money on it, and got to bring the community together to play a game that everybody loved, which was Halo.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people have kind of fallen off because Halo 5 wasn't nearly as amazing as all the other.
Well, it's 343 now.
Exactly, 343 taken over definitely hurt the franchise, because it wasn't what we were used to with Bungie style. So,
You said you've seen the error of your ways. You don't own a PS4 yet, so I wouldn't say that statement's entirely accurate.
I'll own one, but I mean,
I'm just
I'll
messing with
I'll
you,
still play
Robbie.
my Xbox. I'm still a Microsoft fanboy.
My number one should be everybody's number one. Nintendo.
No.
Well, guys, thank you for watching. This has been another great.
They count. They make their own games.
They do.
I know,
I mean,
but they shouldn't.
to go over, all the reasons that I've given, Zelda, Mario, all those games that I grew up playing, they can't not be my number one.
I agree, because I know Zach was more on the PlayStation side of everything, but I was right there along with you on the ride of the, SNES, the NES, SNES,
The 64.
64. They were great, and they had great games. I mean, I remember, playing wrestling. I remember Smash Brothers,
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yep.
GoldenEye, Pokemon Stadium. They had such great games. I wish that they would still.
We're hoping they get back to their
We
form.
hope they get back on track, because I do miss a lot of those franchises that they could remake them and make them into something amazing, like a Pokemon Stadium game with graphics and the game design that we have now would be, people would flip their poop.
What is you in this poop? See what
I don't want to say the SHIT word.
Why would they be flipping it though?
Flip their whatever.
Flip their lid?
Sure.
Anyway, I've gone over it numerous times,
Oh, yeah.
but Nintendo's easily my number one.
Any honorable mentions, my friends?
Bungie would be up there because of the old school Halo games.
Yeah.
Activision had some really good games.
Yeah.
They helped create.
I like their Spider-Man games.
Yeah.
They were good. They were very good. Game Freak,
I forgot about Game Freak.
creators of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Amazing games.
They're all right.
Epic Games as well, the creators of Gears of War.
Yeah. Which, The Division, doesn't it feel like Ubisoft and Gears of War had a love child, and it's The Division? Because of the way Assassin's Creed plays and the way Gears of War plays, that's what I've... Like, if they had a baby, that's what I feel like they would be.
Somewhat. But yeah, that does it for me.
I'm good.
Me as well, my friends.
All right, guys. If you have an awesome top 5 that you'd like to leave in the comments below, do that. No, it's down there. Robbie doesn't know directions. Leave it in the comments below. If you have an awesome you should like that. I don't know where I was going with that, but there you go.
If you have an awesome anything, leave it below.
Leave it below.
But make sure it's for children can see it. Don't
Yeah.
let it on me.
Make sure you subscribe also because we have what kind of content all week?
We have some amazing content. Every Monday we put out a portion of our podcast. We have Let's Plays throughout the week. Every Thursday I do a Throwback Thursday Let's Play. And we have a new top 5 every Friday.
Yeah.
We're all over social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, the Twitter. We have an awesome Facebook group. Just go on Facebook, search Nerd Cave Network, and we are there.
Yep. So guys, make sure you subscribe so you're not missing out on any of the awesome content. This has been Zach.
Derek.
And Robbie.
Have a week.